Time for In the Know with high-profile real estate executive Tom Diller. This show covers everything about today's market, from real estate, lending, investing news, market news, and more. The greatest thing is, hear from real estate market insiders and the market's movers and shakers. Be in the know with Tom Diller. Without further ado, here is the host of our show, Mr. Tom Diller.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tom Diller. You're listening to KQCK Live in beautiful Santan Valley, chilly Santan Valley. It's like a big icicle out here, way out in Joeville.
It definitely has been cold, for sure.
Any broken pipes there, Joe? You probably have some dead animals laying around somewhere. I probably shouldn't say dead
absolutely,
animals.
Right.
Got all the PETA people out here.
Yeah, let's have them line up at the
dead
gate.
Chickens and mongooses or whatever the heck.
Everything's doing
there.
pretty good.
Good. Your rhino's okay, and your giraffe's fine.
Yep, and the baby hippos are still eating.
Very cool. We have a very cool show tonight. Whenever we do anything about the military, I like it because I come from a military family. My dad and his brothers and sisters or whatever, all in the military. In fact, I was a military brat growing up in Hawaii. So we have a couple of really cool guests here tonight. On my far left is David Creed from Nova. David, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. Why don't you lean forward just a little bit so we can hear you? To your right is Lisa Creed. You guys related, brother and sister, maybe? No? Husband and wife?
Like
How are you doing, Lisa?
I'm great, thank you.
I told you I wasn't going to ask you any hard questions, but I'm going to, now that you're sitting there.
Tom, you're so bad.
I know, aren't I? I just got her sucked up onto the table, and I'm going to ask her a bunch of questions.
He already asked me a hard question.
That's right.
Are you married? Are you brother and sister?
She had to think twice. She was like, she had to go, I don't know. And over to my right, you people may recognize her, Angela Monti. She's recognizable. Yeah, there you go. There's our studio audience clapping.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Angela is with Toma Partners, a really cool boutique real estate firm on the Biltmore in Camelback, right?
Yes.
Pretty cool. Why don't you lean forward, too? You've got such a petite voice. Anybody tell you kind of have this Suzanne Summer vibe going on? I just noticed that just now.
What? There was this title person that did say that to me.
Doesn't she? I mean, she doesn't have the kookiness, but just a smile and her little giggle, kind of like Suzanne Summers.
It's kind of like that famous bikini photo that Suzanne Summers did, huh?
There we go.
What's that exerciser thing? The Thigh Master. Can you go grab her so she feels at home?
I can see that, too.
Yeah. You have a Thigh Master, don't you?
Right?
We're going to gang up on these
Maybe
boys.
you can demo some Thigh Masters for us during the show.
Absolutely.
Cool. Thank you. But thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you for joining us on KQCK Live. We're going to be talking about military and military loans and VA loans. We have a specialist here. He actually teaches classes to realtors and other lenders, and he's with Nova Home Loans. Why don't we start off with you, Dave, and tell us a little bit about your background, how you got in the business. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this 22 years. Started in 1990 in Las Vegas. And when I first started in the business, they had me doing FHA and VA streamlines. And those are basically no-brainer refis where if you're making your payments on time, they give you a new loan at a lower rate.
Right.
And I started dealing with a lot of the current military that was stationed at Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas.
That's actually where I was born, so that's kind of cool.
That's crazy.
Nellis Air Force Base, yeah. I was there for like 6 months before we moved to Hawaii. So
At the time, it was about like driving out here. It was about as far out of Las Vegas as you could go, and now it's
almost connected, right? Or is it? It's connected by golf courses pretty much all the way down to Nellis, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the time, it was during the little skirmish there in Iraq and Desert Storm, right?
Right.
And so they had a lot of helicopter pilots and mechanics and stuff that were all being stationed there. And they had a little housing tract that was like $59,000 homes. And I mean, we're talking about brand new, nice houses. You know, they were the smaller side. But these guys would come in and bring the agent on the track $50 for earnest money and say, could you hold that house for me?
Oh my gosh, $50.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, $50 check. Could you hold that till next Friday when we get paid? And by the way, we need to get qualified. So I started sitting at the track on the weekends and qualifying these buyers, and we're talking about salt of the earth people.
Right. Hard-working military.
That
Gotta love
want to
them.
own a house.
Right.
First-time buyers with little kids.
Right. Let me stop you right there. I forgot to throw out the phone number. So if you're out there listening, if you're military, not military, maybe you're in a military family or you work in the government, certain government folks out there, We're at 480-745-1033. Again, 480-745-1033. Feel free to call in. So let me apologize for that.
No problem. So they would come in and we'd get them qualified, and of course we were dealing with a lot of difficult credit and a lot of younger buyers.
Right.
So first-time home buyers, and we didn't have credit scores back then. So it was all up to our underwriter as to how she'd view the credit and whether or not she'd approve the loan. And her and I became really...
And if she liked the guy's uniform, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
That works. That's what Lisa does. Well, the guy looks good in a suit. He's approved.
So we would definitely, we became good friends, and and we would work on getting these people approved.
Right.
And to this day, I still get Christmas card occasionally from
No kidding.
from buyers from 20 years
Good
ago.
for you. That's
So,
a good testament to the quality of stuff that you do. And we've already got a couple calls coming in here.
We already have people calling in. Byron, our first call from Fort Huachuca, moving to Vegas, looking for a property in Vegas. I think we're heading down the interesting road here. Are you still doing Vegas properties?
I do not do them, but our company does. And
Oh, you guys
can
do?
certainly refer them to some.
Oh,
Excellent. So why don't this is a good time to throw out your contact information so they can call you and you can hook them up with somebody that you know in the Vegas area.
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't
that's
say,
excellent.
no, this was a long time ago. He doesn't do Vegas anymore. See, I don't assume.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my contact information is my phone number is 602-549-9559. I work out of the City North branch of Nova Home Loans, which
Excellent.
is right in the Desert Ridge area.
Right. Now, Nova's been around for quite a long time. It's an Arizona company.
30 years.
30 years, wow. So you can trust them and a lot of good folks over there.
Absolutely.
Byron, thank you for calling. I appreciate that. Fort Huachuca, that's down by Temecula? No, that's
I don't know
Yuma?
where that is.
No, that's down by Nogales somewhere, right?
Got me on that. I don't know.
No, it's on the way to Rio Rico.
Sounds pretty
That's
far.
where it's at.
Yep.
So you still stay connected with a lot of the folks that you dealt with way back when. So is that how you became a VA expert? You just kind of started doing a bunch of them, and
I did, and I learned a lot from a couple of guys that I worked with at the time that were veterans, and kind of taught me the business. I myself, not a veteran, did 2 summers of OCS in the Marine Corps. Wasn't for me, but I like being involved in it now.
right.
Yeah.
Well, good. Tell us a little bit about the VA loan. So, if a young person goes into the military, are they told about these types of benefits right away, or they just said you qualify these loans once you get out, and that's all they hear about, and that's all they hear about it? So, why don't we talk about the basics? Why is it better than a conventional loan, or whatever? Is there something better for them to seek out somebody that's a professional at VA?
That's a great question. The whole VA loan came about during World War II, 1944. A lot of soldiers returning. They were trying to get the economy going again.
Right.
And so they came up with the VA loan, and they said, hey, we're going to create this loan for you. You don't need any money down. We'll make it very easy to qualify.
Oh, it's no money down.
0 down. And at the time, it was supposed to be a very limited amount of time. For a few years, they were going to do it, get the economy going.
Sure.
And then take it away. Well, as you can see,
Right.
60-some years later,
Right.
it's still there. And the nice part about it is, number one, yes, you can be current military, you can be former military, and qualify. You have to serve a certain period of time, depending on what branch of service you're in. Typically, if you serve 90 days during active combat, you're qualified. You don't have to be military. You can be a Defense Department employee and have
So
VA
DoD
eligibility.
employee,
Yep.
spouse of military.
Spouse of here's how that works. If the only people who could be on the loan with the veteran is their spouse. You couldn't have your mom and dad, your sister, a friend, anybody else
sure.
on loan. Like a normal loan, you could
Sure.
put anybody on.
So your husband or wife was in the military. The person unfortunately passes away. Does the spouse still qualify?
Well, if the veteran died of a military-related illness or combat injury or something, then the spouse would take over the
His benefits.
rights. Yes.
Gotcha.
So typically what we do is if the person is active military, we get a letter from their CO stating their good service, and that's their qualification. If they're former military, they give us their DD-214. We get their certificate of eligibility. That tells us how much they qualify for, and what their eligibility level is.
How much? So there's a dollar amount tied to how long they've served?
It's pretty much the same for everybody. And there's a lot of misconceptions about what is the max VA loan. Typically, your max loan conventional is $417,000.
Right. Then it turns to jumbo.
Right. With a VA loan, it is $417,000, but that's not the limit. You can qualify for more based on certain calculations that we can make. I won't get into all of that.
Sure.
But the biggest VA loan I did was nearly $2 million.
No kidding.
And it's all in how much money you put down on the loan.
Right.
With that, but typically a VA loan is going to be zero down.
So let's talk about the 100% financing. Is that good up to the 414 or 400,000 some odd dollars and some pennies right there?
Up to 417, right? It's zero down.
And let's talk about the qualifications and some of the other benefits that they can receive out there.
620 credit score. We can go lower than that, depending upon the borrower and their situation,
right,
and maybe why their credit is that way. One thing too is that even if someone has a score that's lower than that, we have a credit services department that can help them improve their scores. There's no cost for it. It's very easy to do, and then get them ready down the road.
Sure.
But income-wise, we can go as high as 55% debt to income.
Oh, no kidding.
So they can have very little income and qualify for a lot of house.
Right.
And there's no mortgage insurance. FHA, conventional, all have mortgage insurance.
After it, yeah. If you're
VA has zero mortgage insurance.
Well, must be a huge payment savings. Let's go ahead and grab this call here.
Yeah, we've got a few comments here. John from Scottsdale says, "Hey, Angela, looking good. You know who I am."
I really don't.
How many Johns do you know?
Hi, John.
One too many cocktails.
You know a lot of Johns.
Oh, hey, that's not nice.
Wait.
Right.
See, there's that Suzanne Summers coming out right there.
Pete, San Carlos, Arizona, said, "Looking for a property in Globe area. What am I to expect to get for my money in that area?" Does anybody do Globe?
I know a couple realtors that are up there, so if you want to call me, I can hook you up. That's a totally different market than down here in Maricopa in the Valley or Pima.
I caught a
County.
33-inch centipede one time in Globe. Does that count for anything?
I don't think it counts for anything.
It was huge.
It doesn't count for
All
anything.
right.
But thank you for listening, and thank you for calling in. And call me or email Joe here at the studio, and we'll take care of you.
And then Brett Schroeder from Phoenix said, "I want to do a shout-out. Can you please do a shout-out to my brother Raymond in Afghanistan?" Aww. He said, "Keep up the good shows, Tom." And I said, "Oh, do you know Tom?" And he said, "Well, I know him, but I doubt if he would remember me."
What's the name again?
Brett Schroeder from Phoenix.
Ah, sounds familiar. Brett, thank you for listening. And yeah, huge shout-out to all the military overseas, whether you're in Afghanistan or where have you. Certainly love you guys, and you can say that to military, right?
I think you can, yeah. Without getting
love you guys.
If you say love 3 times, I think they beat you up.
Or if you say it, you tilt your head,
okay.
then it's kind of weird.
I'm pretty
But
sure
you can
we
say
can,
it,
though.
looking strong. I love you guys.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
cool. So just as long as we got that straight. Because
That's
sometimes
right.
the way he says it to me, I get a little nervous, but that's okay.
Well, when I wear my kilt on
Yeah.
Sundays, he doesn't like
Or when I
say
sit
that
where
to him.
David's at, where I sit where David's at, and he kind of puts his hand underneath the table, that's when it gets kind of weird. So
He's got a
we've had
phone that's 60% off right now, right?
He got all excited.
So you made me nervous when you started talking about love, Joe. Where's that me talking about love? I don't know. But anyways, thank you everybody for listening. And yeah, big shout out to all our folks that are serving right now or have served that are veterans, but
Or that just know Tom.
just know me. Yeah, huge shout out.
And like him.
Exactly.
We're going to
And
do a
like me.
shout
There
out
you
to
go.
that.
But again, thank you for listening. Let's get back to some of the qualifications. So some of the benefits. So no MI insurance, which is huge. So let's say somebody has $1,000 payment, and if they would have had MI, what is that? $100, another $200.
Be almost another $200.
Another $200. So
Yeah.
basically, on a $1,000 mortgage payment, you could save a couple $100 by going the route of VA loan.
Exactly.
Is there any reason why somebody wouldn't want to take a VA loan as opposed to?
No, if you have VA eligibility, it's the best loan out there. The only way you might not want it is if you were a veteran who was putting down a big sum of money on a property.
Right.
Because the VA does have a funding fee that they charge on the loan, and that's based upon what branch of service you were in and the how many times you've used the loan. So
you can get it more than once. And is it for primary residence only? Can you?
That's a good question. It is for primary residence only. You could use it for if you had a secondary residence, but only if you could prove that you live at that property the majority of the year. So the VA funding fee is basically...
So second home is what you're saying. It's okay for a second home?
No, it could not be a second home.
Oh, cannot be a second home.
You could
Unless you could
own
live in two places at once.
You could own other property and have it as your primary, even if you split your time. For example...
Gotcha.
My dad's a snowbird. He lives in Michigan during the winter, or the summer, and he lives here in the winter. He has his home here as a conventional loan. He has his loan in Michigan as
a VA.
As a VA.
Gotcha.
So
can you flip a regular loan into that VA program?
Another great question. You could.
Joe's got a good question.
Hey, look at that. Tom, you're a jerk. Was that out loud? Sorry.
Yes. What do you call me?
I don't know. I didn't hear.
Let's say that you have a conventional or an FHA loan, but you have VA eligibility. You can refinance your loan as a VA loan. Typically, the VA rate is lower than conventional rates. It's more like an FHA rate. And because of the no mortgage insurance, a lot of people are upside down right now on their properties. They could refinance using their VA eligibility and actually refinance where they might not be able to if they had a conventional.
Right. So that's a great point. So Joe did bring up a great question. I hate to admit that, but Joe, that was a good question. So if somebody currently is in a conventional and say they're at a 5% rate or whatever, and they're upside down, they could go to a VA and do a streamline, just as long as they're not taking out any money, and possibly get a lower rate.
Right. Where are you coming from? You can actually get cash out on a VA loan up to 90%.
Oh, no kidding.
So, which is better than any other loan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Let's talk about some of the folks that are out there that maybe have poor credit. So you said 620 credit score, and you guys helped them with their credit. So tell us a little bit about that, what they do. So they came back from overseas or whatever, and they let some stuff slip or whatever. Now, I know there's some laws about credit when you're actually in the military that they have to, like, drop you right down to zero on credit cards, that sort of thing. They can't put you in foreclosure. But let's say none of that stuff happened.
Right.
So what can you guys do for them?
Yeah, typically if you are overseas and you're having difficulty making your payments, they will basically halt everything from damaging your credit. But let's say you come back.
You've got to request that, though.
You do.
Right.
There's a little bit of paperwork involved,
right.
As all government things.
Sure.
So if let's say somebody comes to us and they've messed up their credit, and they're a veteran or anybody, and they've got a 580 credit score, we send that over to our credit services department. They are forensic geniuses with credit. They all worked at one of the bureaus,
right?
And they will go through that and they will say, okay, this is what we need to do. It's going to take this amount of time,
right?
And we fix their credit. We come back and say, okay, Angela, they're ready to buy now, or refinance, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And we put them back into the market.
That's an awesome service that you guys do, and not just for military, but for anybody. So it seems just one of those things that it's a no-brainer. If you not sure you can qualify, just make the phone call, and you can check into it. We're getting tons of phone calls, and Joe just took a couple here, and the phone's right hooked up.
Let's go ahead and Brandon from Mesa would like to know. He's 78 with excellent credit. He's in a conventional arm that newly adjusted at 4.5%, but he wants to get into a 15 or 30 year. Do they do manufactured homes with excellent credit?
We do.
Took a long time to ask that question.
The answer is yes, they do.
Thanks, Brandon.
Now, manufactured home, that's different. Now, VA on manufactured homes, or just...
We do have an investor who will do manufactured VA homes.
Oh, excellent.
Is that going to be a higher percentage?
No, they don't charge a different rate for it, but it does have to be a specific type of manufactured home. Has to be affixed to a permanent foundation.
Okay.
We don't do anything with wheels. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, as long as it's got that, then we're good to go.
Manufactured homes are generally brought out on like trucks, or is that how it works?
Well, it could be a double wide that's put on a permanent
and then they cut
foundation.
the wheels off it. And
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want that rolling down the hill.
No kidding. I think Angela over here has a question, but she's been kicking me and kind of pinching me on my nether regions.
I think she wanted to tell you it's something on your nose here.
So. Use your sleeve here. Can I use your sleeve to wipe my nose?
I wanted to ask, as far as VA loans or VA, if they had a foreclosure or if they suffered a short sale, how long is the waiting period?
I'm so glad you asked that question.
I know.
Angela, good question.
Typically, the wait is 2 years, which is less than FHA. It's less than conventional. However, if you're a veteran that has extenuating circumstances, maybe you had an illness, you were overseas and had issues, or you maybe lost your job or something after you came back, or even if you're not an active military and you had some extenuating circumstances, we can write a letter and ask for an exception, and I've had them done as soon as the day after their foreclosure.
No kidding.
I have a question. What if you've won like the Medal of Valor, or you've had several Purple Hearts? Does that kind of qualify you to get through real quick without any checking things out? Or
You know what? I've
this
lobbied.
is really a trick question. I'm testing your
It
Americanism
depends
here.
how good they look in the uniform for Lisa to sign off on it. That's the way it is.
I've lobbied for that for years, as some people deserve to have a little bit more credit.
Yeah. They deserve free houses. If
So
you
what
ask
you're
me.
saying, Tom, is you have to
Exactly.
look as good as her, if not better, to get that deal? Because that cuts out a lot
Pretty
of the
much.
population
That's,
there, Tom.
that's like 1 out of every million, right?
I was
That
thinking
qualify.
million. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking,
Are
Tom.
you picking on me?
No,
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Lisa
Not at all.
has a serious weakness for men in uniform, so
Yeah.
I don't let those guys wear their uniforms
I
in
don't
the
know.
office.
That's why
necessarily
you
like-
told me to take my uniform off.
I was
before
just
I
gonna
did.
say,
I didn't want her looking
necessarily
at you.
like them
Wow.
in the uniform. I like the uniform on the floor.
Gotcha.
It's
And
a
like I
family
said,
show.
we're
It's a family show.
There you go.
That's
There you go. There you go. We're going to throw out the phone number one more time if you want to call in, and we encourage any active military or military, maybe you're new to the military and you didn't realize that you had some of these benefits. It's 480-745-1033. We have the Creed team from Nova here, David and Lisa Creed. Lisa, what is it that you actually do besides sit there and look just radiantly beautiful?
I do everything.
Can you get into detail on that? Here, let me get the mic.
yeah. And
Not
take out the
really.
other video camera. And are you recording now? Are you
Absolutely.
recording?
We're
Not
recording.
really.
High def right
I
now.
thought it was a PG show. so.
Gotcha. Oh, by the way,
his right hand.
shout out to Angela from Sensible Mike out there that says, "Hey to Angela, the realtor to the stars."
Hi,
Yes,
Mike.
There you go.
They know you. You've got fans out there.
Yes, she does.
Angela has a lot of fans. She's, I tell you, we're going to have to talk
I
about
wanna
just
know-
a couple
wonderful.
seconds.
I wanna
but
know who
she
John
just
is.
Awesome.
She is
Thank you.
awesome.
This should be
John
the
is a
Tom
generic
and Angela
word.
show.
John is generic for guys with money that pay.
Gotcha. Whoa. I'm not going there.
Yeah, me either. But it should be
That's your
the Tom
nickname,
and
isn't
Angela
it?
show, don't you think?
Joe John.
That's mine. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe John.
Doe at the end.
Joe John Doe. Back to you, Lisa.
I do mostly his marketing and
She's
get his name out
fantastic.
there and help with the realtors.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Nice.
She keeps us informed
Keep 'em in
every
line.
step of the way during the
Outstanding.
process of the closing, and tells us where we are. Every single time we're during the next stage, I get an email from Lisa. Just
Cool.
being there
So let's
throughout the
talk about
month.
the market itself. So
Teamwork.
teamwork.
Way to do it.
So we have military out there that may be thinking about buying. So VA is good for purchase and refi, correct? So either way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So how's the market looking out there, Miss Angela Monty?
Good. There's less investors out there, so my clients are starting to get into homes that they want. We're able to have less. There's less multiple bids out there when we put in an offer. Before we were.
So is there more inventory now at this point? So there's more houses,
There's more
or
inventory, and it's easier to get a home than there was 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Now we're talking about to what, the under 500,000 market or under 250?
Yes.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Probably under people that were purchasing, especially investors were purchasing under 150. It was hard to get
Under 150, huh?
homeowner
Investors,
occupants
investors.
into homes at that point, because it's hard when you're dealing with loans versus cash. Most people will accept the cash offer.
Cash is
Then
king.
Cash is king.
So
Wow.
the real estate business is looking up, right? Values
Yes.
are going up. I think I saw something where the value year over year was 30 something, 32.8%.
Phoenix.
Totally made that up. It's like
And
30.
about, yes, 30%.
Is that a
You're
scary
right on.
thought, though? Does that mean the rates are going to start shooting up?
No. The values of the homes has really nothing to do with the rates. The rates, nobody has a crystal ball, but I think it's going to stay pretty low for at least through the year. I mean, what's your thought on the rates, or?
I can't quote specific rates, but I think that from what we see, rates are going to stay down for a couple of more years.
Right.
I mean,
A couple more years.
Oh yeah, the Fed is saying that they're not going to raise rates until
Right, and that's a big indicator of what moves the
2015.
rates, right? Now, for those of you that are new to lending or whatever, or buying and selling homes, when I started in the business many, many years ago, I was doing, the rate was 12.5% and 3 points. I mean, so right now, even if it goes to 6%, that's an extremely low rate. I mean, I'm at 3 7/8 or something right now, but even 4 or 5%, 6%, That's tremendous. What are we looking at today? I know you can't really quote rates, but what's the lowest rates that are out there right now?
Lower than what you...
Yeah, they're very low right now. So, I mean, the market out there, I mean, it's a great... we had somebody call in last week from California and asked, wants to invest over here and asked if Arizona was still a good buy. And, oh, my gosh, it's an awesome buy.
Stay on that mic there for me, Dave. Hey, and we have a phone-in caller right now from Toronto, so I thought we'd bring him on the line.
Excellent. Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Are you there, caller?
Yes, hi.
Well, how you doing? Thank you for calling. You have a question for David Creed or Lisa or Angela?
Yeah, actually, Angela's done a few deals for me.
Oh, excellent.
And Dave's Angela's done great for me. I'm also looking for lenders. Because I'm from South Canada, it's hard for me to find lenders that would loan to me, not being an American.
Okay.
So I'm also having to pay my cash whenever I'm getting a deal.
Right. So let's talk about your investor stuff you have there, David. How many loans can you do or provide to investors and foreign nationals?
We can do up to 8 loans for foreign nationals.
Gotcha.
No cash out refis, but we can do purchases for them.
Well, excellent. David, why don't you throw out your contact information one more time?
Again,
Angela?
The phone number is 602-549-9559.
Excellent.
I just want to say hi. Is this Tony?
Yes, it is, Angela.
Hi, Tony.
How you doing?
Good. Come back here soon.
I'll be coming back probably the end of February. Hopefully you'll be around.
Okay, great. Hope to
Excellent.
see you soon.
She's got fans from all over the world.
She does. She's international. She's like
All
an
over the
international
world.
rock star.
And the lines are all ringing right now. What's
Tony,
up?
thank you so much for calling
Thank you,
in.
Tony.
We appreciate it. We love our friends
Thank
up
you.
north. So, yeah, thank you for buying out here in Arizona. Again, let's start the phone number again, 480-745-1033. So that's great that you guys do Canadian. You can do loans for Canadians up to 8 properties. That's wonderful. So Angela,
I can't even believe the chat. Everyone's going, Angela, love you. Angela, love you. Hey, what's going on? Looking good, girl. I mean, it's like a show for Angela here.
It's
Just
like the Angela
just
show.
for her fans to get together like in one place and throw out the, sorry, guys.
Look at that smile. I mean, if you guys were here, you could. She just smells awesome too. And it's hard for me to keep.
That's
my concentration.
that's actually me, but
Is that your
she smells
perfume?
great too.
She does.
He
I mean,
used-
just being
He
surrounded.
used my Kardashian perfume today before we went on.
I rubbed up against
Oh,
her and I got
you
most
do
of it.
smell like Kim Kardashian. I thought I could.
A lot like
recognize
Kim.
that
A
smell.
lot like
Yeah.
Kim and her sister in a way.
In a way, yeah, like the younger sister
Like
for
the
you.
right,
you're telling me.
right.
That's
That's
right.
what I was thinking.
See, I told you guys not to put the poll away before the show started.
Now
Keep
the
that in
show's
mind.
degrading a little bit. There you go. What time do we have here? Time is flying by. It's 5:27 here. We got time for maybe one more thing to talk about. You mentioned the rates are lower than conventional rates when it comes to VA. So there's no PMI insurance.
Right.
100% financing up to say $417,000, but you can go higher on VA. Any other main benefits somebody needs to know about where they should it'd be like an aha moment, like, God, why didn't I?
It's much easier to qualify, and obviously
Credit-wise, or just all around, just quicker,
all around
easier paperwork.
It's easier paperwork. It's higher ratios. It's
Doesn't that seem like an oxymoron though? Because it's a government loan. It seems like it'd be more paperwork, and that's just not the case.
well, no, the rule, the kind of in quotes rule with VA loans is
Uh-huh.
we always err on the side of the veteran.
Sure.
So we
Well,
always
that's
try to
awesome.
make the
That's
exception
awesome.
to make
Right.
the loan work.
Right.
And
Right.
that's the beauty of it.
Right. We have time for one more.
Sorry about that. I hit the bar crowd noise
Oh.
loop instead of the bells. Sorry about
No
that.
worries.
Can't they use it more than once?
Oh,
big
you know what?
misconception.
Yeah, we touched on that, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Is a lot of veterans don't realize that they can use it over and over again.
Sure. So when you sell, you can use you get another
Right.
VA loan.
And we got a good question from long-term listener out there. Is there a statute of limitations on a veteran to go get a VA mortgage?
A statute of limitations.
Right,
Like
I mean-
they had a bad loan and then
Like the guy that's 78 out there that's trying to get a loan. He's got excellent credit, but he was in the military 47 years
Oh,
ago.
from the time that they're
No.
discharged.
Right.
always good.
So once
Always
military,
good.
always
Always good.
military.
That's what I say.
good.
People
to
are
know.
going crazy
They're
over
always
this
good.
right now.
And I'll tell you, we just had yesterday. We had a guy call. We've been talking to for a while, and he said, I'm ready to buy now, but I don't have my discharge papers. And I'm like, well, you told us you had them in the beginning. He said, well, I thought I did, and I couldn't find them. So we contact the National Archives, and we got him his discharge papers in
Nice.
in a couple of days.
Right.
Where he had been trying for months,
Right.
and couldn't get them.
Well, that's awesome.
So
That's
we can
awesome.
assist people that way too.
Can a VA loan refi an upside down home?
Yeah, we actually
Yes.
answered that earlier. So
That was
that's
another question there.
Yeah,
Somebody-
so you could streamline it, or you could do it to where there's now when they're upside down, there's no cash out. So basically, you could, if somebody's upside down and they're in a 6% VA, you can drop them down to the current going rate.
Right.
No fees.
Well,
typically appraisals.
Typically, there's either a drive-by appraisal or there's no appraisal.
Just to make sure there's no deferred
A
maintenance.
drive-by.
Drive-by.
That doesn't sound
Don't
good.
get
Whoa,
scared.
I don't know about
Back
that.
in his days when he was in Compton, that's he got.
Is
all-
that you're right? I'm
Yeah.
thinking of my office in
That's right.
Inglewood. We had a lot of drive-bys.
There you go. Well, it's 5:30 now. We're going to take a break. Let me throw out the phone number one more time. We appreciate all our listeners, and we do appreciate our sponsors. So hopefully you listen to our sponsors there. But it's 480-745-1033. We'll be back in about 90 seconds.
And we will be taking calls again, guys. So I'll get the phone turned on as soon as we get back. Enjoy the show. You're listening to In the Know with Tom Diller.
Are you ready to start taking control of your future and maximize your earning potential? Central Arizona College has smaller class sizes and personalized attention to help you compete in today's tough job market. CAC now serves Santan Valley and Queen Creek. The CAC Santan Center is located in the shops at Copper Basin on Hunt Highway, behind Barrow's Pizza. Stop in and see how taking classes at CAC costs a fraction of a state university, and your credits can transfer. So, if you want to earn real money, you need to learn real skills at Central Arizona College. Enroll in classes today by calling 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu or call 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu. Central Arizona College, your way. Are you having plumbing or septic problems? No worries. Call Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Been in the Valley since 1996. Family owned and operated. Proudly serving East Valley and surrounding areas. With a full range of services from drain cleaning, septic tank pumping, general maintenance and repairs, inspections for the sale of your home. They provide excellent and courteous service for all your plumbing and septic needs. We're not satisfied till you are satisfied. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Call today. Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Contact Denise at 480-987-8051. That's 480-987-8051.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Tom Diller and KQCK Live in beautiful Santan Valley. I want to thank everybody for listening. It's been a pretty interesting show so far. Lisa asked if she was being too naughty.
Well, not normally, but I didn't know how. You guys were being naughty, so.
It's funny when she
Joe's
gave
the
me
instigator.
She gave me this loop of tape. She's like, "These people will think you're just sitting here at the desk, you know." So I put that loop in, and I'm just playing it right now, so people think that's live. They can't see her on the pool table,
I thought it was kind of cute when she asked if you wanted to put some rouge on and some lipstick. Or
and I don't mind that because it goes with my heels
play
that I'm going to be
dress up,
wearing
It wasn't
shortly.
Exactly.
my makeup bag, though.
But next time when he has his kilt on,
If it's a
he
full
dresses up a
makeover,
little
I'm
bit.
there.
We like your hair spiked, though, Joe.
You
I don't
do.
know, you left it. I don't
Should
know
I take
who-
a quick break and come back?
You should spike that puppy up a little bit. Makes you look shorter.
I'll make sure I do. Thanks,
taller or
Tom.
something, I don't
Thanks,
know.
Tom.
Anyways, Angela, I want to thank you for coming back out again. You're such
Thank
a
you,
wonderful
Tom.
guest, and you asked a question earlier of David while we were on break, and why don't you go and ask it again, and that way he can answer it. Do you remember? You don't remember, do you? 90 seconds later, you forgot your question.
I think I wanted to commend him for the great credit service department that they have at Nova Home Loans. A lot of agents.
So you've taken advantage of it?
Right. They will have a client who doesn't quite qualify, but you just send them somewhere where someone can monitor their credit, tell them
Right.
exactly what they could do to get their credit to the point where we could get them qualified. And David's great. I mean, you just send someone over there and he gets them qualified, and then I'm busy.
Come on, guys, let's hear it for Dave.
Hey, I can't take credit for credit services. They do an amazing job. The best part about that is it's free. And if we have to do a credit rescore or something for somebody, they charge me, so I pay for it. But it's all part of the business. So
we've got
thanks for
TCB
that.
Homes out there that says, I missed David's number for loans for Canadian investors. Can he please repeat it?
Awesome.
602-549-9559.
Well, thank you guys for using the chat feature there. And if you're on your smartphone, you can actually log into the station and watch on your smartphone if you're in Wi-Fi right now. We are live.
Or you can call us at 1-900-WE-LOVE-TOM Diller here at KQCK.
Where's all my fans? Where's my fan mail, Joe? Usually I get like a bag.
You know
of fan
what?
mail
The
and
bag's
stuff.
at the house. I'll bring it. It was a little heavy, and I have the golf cart.
All the videotapes are probably in there.
Right,
Right. Nice. Nice.
Hey, Tom, is it all right if we throw out our web address?
Yeah, please do.
It's,
Absolutely.
It's very simple. It's Team Creed, CREED.com.
Now, is that your stage name or your real name? I love that. Team Creed. You love that.
That's his NASCAR car name.
They pulled up in a Ferrari and they get
what it
out.
said on the
and
license plate, Team
Lisa's
Creed.
in her high heels and looking all hot and smelling good, and Angela's in the back seat. And they get out. We're Team Creed. Team Creed's here. Just love that. Joe, you need to come up with a name like that.
You know what?
Team Creed in the house.
I
Joe,
just want to get
come
a
up with
leather. I
new
want to get a
name.
leather outfit like Dave has when he's driving that, and then I'm good.
You missed the whips and stuff. Oh,
Absolutely.
So you left them in the car. We weren't sure.
Okay, we need to come up with a team name, Joe. Let's
We're
work
going to
on
do that.
later.
Well, by the end of the show or by next week?
By next week, we need
All
a
right,
team name.
because I don't want to
Because
rush
we
that.
can't have guests come in with a better team name than us.
I don't want to rush that.
No,
though.
it's got to be perfect. It's got to exude our personalities.
If you guys come up with anything, please let us know.
Your callers, maybe.
That's right.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
I've got something in mind, but I'll have to wait till we're off the air.
because we don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
Nice. Now, obviously, the show is going to be about military, and we encourage our military callers to call in, whether you're in the military now or you're out of the military and you're one of our valued veterans. But talk about some of the other loan products that you do out there, and obviously there's a huge misnomer that the banks aren't lending anymore. Now, you guys are a banker, meaning you can sell to a lot of different banks out there. So what are some of the most popular products out there right now, and talk about the different types of products, I guess. And I'm sure there's a lot, so I don't know if we have time to do all that.
For sure, FHA is still the most popular.
That's the
because
king.
It's the easiest to qualify for.
Right.
It still has a very low down payment, although the mortgage insurance on FHA is getting crazily out
They
of
changed
hand.
that recently, right? So they
did.
upped that quite a bit. So the MI is nuts.
It is, and of course USDA is very a very good loan.
Right. For those of you that don't know, that's 100% in certain zip code areas that are
rural housing.
Rural housing.
Yes.
Now that's a misnomer, rural, because there's areas in Chandler that qualify USDA.
Chandler and Queen Creek, and
Yeah,
where we live
exactly.
in Anthem, which
Yeah.
is amazing that they still have
Right.
it there.
Right.
But also, we do 3% down conventional loans, so that's even less down than FHA.
Right.
And
Which is 3.5%, right?
right. But FHA is still going to allow a lower credit score and a higher debt to income ratio.
Right, there you go.
And more, more little dings on your credit they'll
Sure.
allow to go through.
Sure.
So, but we are definitely making lots of loans, and the
Right.
credit is easing up. I mean, I've been through the roller coaster over 20 years of doing this,
Right.
seeing that, sometimes credit's tight, sometimes it's loose, and right now it's definitely loosening up again. There's a lot of product coming back in the market. We have an investor right now that's buying FHA loans down to a 500 credit score.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
No kidding.
I
I mean, 500. That's
Wow,
like,
you're almost
that's
at
like
mine.
a D minus rate.
You got it.
I mean, that's like bad credit. That's
You
like a
gotta work to
repo
get
car.
that score.
Yeah, you
Another
gotta work
couple
hard to
hundred,
get
another
that.
couple hundred, and they're at my level then, right on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can.
Shut up, Tom.
You can't just fall out of bed and get a 500 credit
Right,
score. You got to
right.
work
You
at
gotta
that.
work on that.
You gotta work at that. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody should be intimidated by the process, though, because the process is not that big a deal, and we make it very easy for people. Especially the veterans. But if people call us and say, hey, I get these calls every day practically that they say, I'm really scared to have you run my credit. I don't want to know what it is, and
Wow.
you
Yeah.
have to start
Don't
that
bury your head in the
process.
sand.
Don't
Just
wanna
get a
know what it
hold and
is.
take a look at it and just.
You have to start
Yeah.
the process moving in order to get out of it. And a lot of the stuff is behind us now.
Right.
It's been 5-6 years since the meltdown,
Right.
and now people are starting to come out of that short sale or the foreclosure end of it, and now that they've got the 2-3 years behind them, they probably don't realize, but they qualify again.
Right.
And it's time to put your toe back in the water and come out and find a house. And if I could ask Angela a question, we've been working together a few years, and
Right.
and how many times have we had buyers that thought that they couldn't buy, and we got them done, and they weren't easy,
Right.
but we made it happen, and they're already getting to that point where they're looking to move up again. So,
But you guys
Plenty
are in the
of times.
top 1%. All of you, you're in the top 1% of the real estate market. So people are lucky to be able to get the info from the
absolutely.
leaders.
And, that's all we
Right.
bring on the show.
Right.
Folks that are credible, they're subject matter experts. I mean, you're certified to teach VA loan products, and I'm
my
sure
God,
he can do other things
What
too.
a big
And-
difference there is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be millions of realtors every time you turn around, you meet a person in the real estate
Sure,
industry. But on
sure.
your show, you're bringing in the movers and the shakers, the
Right.
people that actually get things taken care of and done.
Right.
So that's the
Absolutely.
difference. Why you call people that come on this show
Sure.
instead of
And same with Angela. We got to give a big shout out to some of the folks she works with. Mike Garland, who hopefully is listening. I think I see him on
He
shot
is.
maybe. So Mike,
Hi, Mike.
we had a seat for you here,
He's a
but
great
Angela
guy. I like him.
said to stay home for some reason. She wanted to
No, she
hog
didn't.
all
She
the
didn't. I'll
air.
vouch for that.
She totally wanted to hog it. And Mike, I invite you out by yourself next time, and you can leave Angela at home.
hey,
But,
Mike's a veteran too.
Yeah,
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, so
He is.
Mike, David can help you out. But again, thank you to everybody that's listening out there. And let me throw out the phone number one more time: 480-745-1033.
I have to say something real quick. The highlight of my Christmas was getting a package from Thomas. I mean, I'm telling you, what a classy operation.
Nice.
I didn't even
We
get
love
one of
our
I didn't get one
clients.
either.
I was so
I
excited.
saw them in
I was
their
so
office,
excited
but
to
I didn't
open
get
it too, and
I
it was
come
really
to your
cool.
office.
Very nice.
So thank you.
Yeah, we got our
Yeah,
presents.
Mike,
Those are
where's my
packaged.
packet? I got a coffee cup or something from
Thank you,
Thomas.
Mike.
It was supposed to have a chip in there, and that was a lie. It didn't
I have
a
chips
chip
in
there.
mine.
I heard
All
that.
of mine have the chips in them to keep them hot and cold.
Yeah, mine.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
We got one of those.
Shit,
It
mine
didn't
has a
have chip.
dial. I
broke
can
that
turn
thing
mine
up
up.
and it had no chip.
Mine did.
You guys get the
We
crappy
got
ones.
ripped off.
All right, we got about 20 minutes here. Again, military. Again, if you're listening, please call in if you have any questions. Let's get back to the type of military that are calling you. I mean, do a lot of these folks need a lot of work on their credit, or
No.
are these slam dunks?
No, absolutely. Most of them don't need it, and that's kind of a testament to the fact that our government is paying them well,
Right, taking care of them.
and they're responsible people,
Right. Right.
I would say of the 20-some years I've been in this business, the military people are the ones that have the best credit.
Right.
So that's absolutely part of the goodness of being able to do the loans for them. Is, like I said earlier on, is they come in, they've got their act together, they've got their documents, they're very organized people. So we enjoy doing business with them, and they appreciate getting to be homeowners.
Right.
And
What kind of fees are associated with VA loans?
you know what? The fees are very low. We charge the same fee regardless of what kind of buyer you are or what kind of loan you get. But certain fees veterans are not allowed to pay, and the sellers have to pay them. But typically, it's just reduced down to an escrow fee, so a few $100s.
No kidding.
Yeah, and like on refinances, we pay the escrow fee for the borrower. So
So they pay nothing basically on a refinance.
exactly, and typically when they refinance on a VA Streamline, we can allow them to skip 2 payments.
Right.
So that really helps out. I mean, like we were
Oh,
so
wow.
busy
Wow.
the holiday season because people were trying to refinance and skip their
Right.
December, January payments
So they can
could
buy
have a
more
little bit
presents.
extra money.
Ah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How many states is Nova in?
Nova's in 18 states now.
I want to name those off because you know what? This is truly an international. So, Lisa, you guys can go back and forth. Start alphabetically. You have to do it alphabetically. Start with Lisa and then David. So, what's the first state?
You're on your
Alphabetically.
Hey, I could actually say all the
It's
states.
like a song. Do like a song.
I could say the
Alabama.
whole 50 states in alphabetical order. I
Nice.
learned that when I was about 7 years old.
Really? I don't think I can
Let's
do
hear
that.
it.
No, we're not.
Go.
But we actually, my team lends in 5 states, and we go as
Okay,
far.
so what that means is your team is licensed in 5 states, but
Yeah.
your company can lend in 18
18,
total. So if
right.
somebody was outside of those 5 states, you can just refer them out to somebody else.
Exactly.
Excellent. So that's good.
one of the things I will mention about Nova too is that we also have insurance, homeowners insurance, and we have financial services. So we don't just do loans; we do a little bit of everything, and it comes in handy because you were asking me about other types of loans.
Sure.
Let's say, for example, that you're a borrower who doesn't have a lot of income. Maybe you're retired and you just have Social Security and you're living off that, but you have significant assets. We can take those assets, turn them into like a guaranteed annuity, create an income stream, and now qualify you.
So do a reverse mortgage or a HECM or whatever those things are called nowadays.
Not a reverse mortgage.
No.
We just did a loan for one of Angela's referrals, and we set him up with a guaranteed annuity. We created an income stream, and we were able to not only refinance his house that he was stuck in at 7-something%, but get him cash out on a rental that he had that had a lot of equity, so he could go out and buy some more investment properties.
Nice.
So we definitely have the whole package.
Right. We had a couple more callers.
Cheryl from. Oh, wait a minute. Cheryl from Chandler. Lisa and David. What? Oh, God. I can't read my own writing. Sorry. What do you charge for credit repair, and do you do it in-house? I was 618 as of 3 months ago. Cheryl from Chandler.
Cheryl, if you call me tomorrow, I'll do it for free. No, actually, we do it for free for everyone. We don't charge anything for anybody, okay? We will fix your credit. We hope that you use Nova to do your loan. But
that's a good point. Stop there. So you will do it regardless if there's a 1003 being taken. So 1003 is a loan application. So if Cheryl calls you and says, well, I'm not ready right now because I want to see where my credit goes. So you're not going to say, well, let me take the loan application first. You need to give me stacks or tax returns. You'll just start the process?
We will start the process. We'll fix her credit.
Well, Cheryl, that's a heck of a deal.
God.
So hopefully I'm not putting you on the spot here, but I think that's the difference between, because we've had people on here before, once we start the loan application, we'll help you with your credit. So what you're saying is you'll just help them. So that's vastly different than from calling somebody else and waiting until you get a stack of documents to start the loan process.
Right.
So that's
cool, amazing.
Or pay a fee. Right. So that's a cool deal.
And since we're on the subject of credit repair, the other misconception is that people think if they pay their credit cards down or pay them off, their credit scores are going to go up.
Look at the big.
It's funny because I didn't pay mine and my scores went down.
Look at the big brain on Lisa. She said earlier she had nothing to say, and she just brought up a point that's very true.
Because you didn't bring it up, and it's such a misconception.
Right.
It is a huge misconception that if you pay your credit cards down to zero, that or pay off collections, that it's going to improve your scores, and it's absolutely a complete misnomer. You should always leave a small balance on your cards every month and continually use
Make
them
monthly
and pay
payments,
them off.
right?
Exactly,
Right.
and it will improve your scores over time.
And if anybody has a problem getting a small balance on their cards, you give me a call because I am here to help.
You'll help them out, absolutely.
I'm here to help anyone with that for free.
Nice.
Mama Cantrell from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, moving to
Mama Cantrell. Love
Mama
that.
Cantrell.
I love the name.
Out on the bayou. Give me some gumbo.
I was just going to say, I bet she can cook.
Yeah.
I love Louisiana, so
moving
thank you
to
for
Phoenix,
listening.
and we'll bring you a crawdad pie.
Awesome.
Who would be the best person to work with to get her into a $250,000 to $300,000 home in the Phoenix area?
That'd be
Angela.
Angela Monty
That'd
right
be me
here.
right
So,
here.
Angela, why don't you throw out your contact information, because I don't think we've done that yet.
You speak
just
Cajun,
been
too, don't you?
smiling.
Yes. Okay, I work for Toma Partners. My telephone number is 480-695-9128. Also, can I throw out my website?
You can throw out your
It's
website.
www.tomapartners.com. There's a lot of great information that you could even search for homes on our website too.
I think you
Awesome.
need to add Team Angela to your.
You need to come up with a
Team
team name,
Angela.
too. Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Wow, this is great.
But
We're
not
going to help
better
you with
than
that.
Joe and our
We're going to help
original
you. It'll be a
name.
little bit. It won't be as good as ours, but it's going to be very close.
3 steps below ours, right? And we want to use your picture for our team mascot thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Not mascot. You're not a mascot. You're our team logo. So we need a good-looking.
And if you come over and we can take a photo shoot of you, you can trash our bathroom.
Shout out to all the Russian folks out there listening. From Oh, the things that go on here that people don't know about.
Yeah,
that
right.
happen in
The
those chairs.
behind the scenes.
Exactly.
It was
The
great
animals.
video earlier on that too. By the way.
Nice. Well, we got about 15 minutes, or actually about 11 minutes here, but I want to throw out my company, First American Title Insurance, which actually Angela sends us a lot of business, so thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
But it's because of them I'm allowed to come out here and do the show, so thank you. Big shout out to Scott Goddard and Jeanette Waller and some of the other folks that may be listening. We love you out there, so thank you again. Why don't you throw out your contact information one more time and tell us a little bit more about your company? I know we talked about it briefly. You've been around for 30 years, but your contact information?
TeamCreed.com is our website.
And spell Creed.
CREED.
Gotcha.
And our phone number is 602-549-9559.
And Nova?
Don't forget to like us on Facebook, too.
Like them on Facebook.
Is there a vanity number for people to remember? Like,
Go
like
Creed.
Lisa and Dave are the best.
We're gonna have that.
1-800.
We're gonna have that next time.
There you go.
Gotcha. That's how people remember it on the radio,
Wait,
right?
that's if we're invited back, that is.
That's if they're, yeah.
1-800 Team Creed.
That's
Well,
right.
Well, that's a good one.
That's
huh?
a good
But you
one.
only get Team Cree, right?
What is that?
You only get
that's right,
first
7,
three.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Tom. I've been in the business a long time. I've been with Nova 5 months now. I came over a few months ago looking for a company who could do more for my clients. I have a tremendous following of realtors and clients, and Nova. All I heard was good things about them, and it's truly
Arizona bred company, Arizona based. All the money stays here in Arizona, basically.
Exactly.
And I think that's a good thing to look for.
It's
So
truly going to be the last company I ever work for.
Nice.
They have a philosophy all the way up to the top. For number one, the three owners of the company, they all still are actively originating loans.
No kidding.
They're involved in it every day.
Wow.
Everybody that we've come in contact with in the company is truly interested in helping our clients. And I know that sounds kind of corny and maybe cliche, but it's absolutely true. And I get 1 million emails a day because everybody's constantly saying thank you and helping each other out
They call it
and
the Nova
jumping
family,
in.
the second
It is.
Nova
It's
family.
Nice.
totally
It
a
is.
family.
Nice.
And we just came back from the annual Christmas party in Tucson, and it was truly a family gathering, people getting together, and I'm extremely proud to work there. If you can't already tell,
Yeah, I can tell, and
yeah.
you certainly have a great work ethic. We talked about the military. Let's talk a little bit about, since Angela's here, let's talk a little bit about realtors, what
Yes.
you and your company can do for realtors, and some of the things that may set you apart, because we do have a lot of realtors that do listen to the show.
We, this is where Lisa comes in, because this is her expertise. She works with the agents. She creates their flyers, their co-branded materials, all of the things that they need to improve their business, and does an amazing job with it. We have a marketing department.
The marketing department is amazing.
15 graphic artists
Wow.
working constantly
Wow.
on creating flyers
You're
and
awesome.
marketing materials for agents, and that's what Lisa does all day long, and she's amazing at what she does.
Realtor relations.
Excuse me? Did you say I was amazing?
You heard that.
Could you say that again, please?
I need to get one of those things where I can rewind it.
Wow, I'm
She's
loving
amazing.
this.
She's
I know,
amazing.
right?
She's amazing. I can like spin it backwards a little
He's
bit.
just trying to look good on air. I can, she's like shocked.
And I'm like, huh? Did I hear that right?
I think her,
She knows. I
her
tell
headphone
Angela.
cut out.
Why
I
is my
think.
phone?
He does.
Angela knows.
He always tells me how
Yeah.
amazing you are.
Yeah. So, well, that didn't have nothing to do with work. But
I don't even know. I don't even know you or him. And I got the email today how you were amazing. So it's like,
Now,
wow.
how long have you guys been
I
married?
think I'm gonna have some of this.
Who said we were married?
we've been together 12 years.
12 years?
Yeah.
But you're not married?
So.
There's stepbrother and sister. I
know.
Remember?
I was messing with
No,
them.
they're
Now,
married.
and let me tell you this: Team Creed is not just us. We
Right,
have
right.
some awesome people that are behind us, and we've just added 2 new people to our staff this week.
Ask them what their names
So-
what their names are.
Are
Yeah.
they going on Team Creed?
We
Call
now
them Creed 3, Creed 4, Creed
no,
5?
we now have 3 David. We now have 3 Davids on our team.
Nice.
Right.
So yeah,
That's a
talk about
prerequisite, huh?
confusion.
You can only hire Davids.
It's
Wow.
now going to be called Team David.
Right.
Team David Creeds.
But no, we do a lot for realtors. We do, not just the marketing stuff, but we have sign writer program with our CQ program that has a phone app that helps buyers find properties and get information about them, and hooks them up with agents like Angela. And let me tell you, I'm going to just throw this back at Angela. She is probably one of the most amazing realtors that I work with, and how helpful she is. And every deal that we do together, I get an email or a phone call afterwards saying, thank you so much for hooking me up with Angela. She's a great realtor. She did everything I asked for. And not all of them do that.
That's sweet.
That's-
Thank
I had to
you.
get another photo of her
Appreciate
during that.
Yeah.
So
I've heard that from a lot of folks too. So it's
I was telling her on the 4-hour drive on the way over here that occasionally
helicopter next time. I'm telling you.
Occasionally we have to fire a realtor or two because they don't do the job that we expect them to do, and vice versa. We hold ourselves to very high standards, and we expect the same from the agents we work with.
We just have a couple minutes. We have 5 minutes here. I'm going to talk about something I forgot to. We have an event coming up on January 24th at Thunderbird School of Global Management. It is a kind of a state of the real estate or State of the Union by our commissioner, Arizona Commissioner Judy Lull will be there. We have a tremendous panel of experts. We have real estate attorney Jim Eckley, who actually has been a guest of our show out here a couple of times. Just a
Great
wonderful
guy.
gentleman. Absolutely. Jim Eckley practices in multiple states. I think we got a bunch of phone calls from San Diego and Southern California. Paul Valentine's a tax attorney that's going to be there talking about a lot of the new tax laws and issues coming up this year, 2013, as opposed to 2012. We have, who else is on that panel? Tina Tambor of the Cromford Report. That's the company that does all the statistics. They're on the TV all the time talking about our area stats. So,
We had somebody talking about that on the chat a little bit ago, too.
Yeah, from Kevin Harden's firm, Arboleda Breckner. So it's going to be a wonderful event. I think we're only charging $25 because of all of our sponsors kind of subsidize that. But it's a 4-hour event. Any realtor that's out there, any lender, banker, investor, if you're in the business, home warranty, whatever.
Locksmiths.
Come on out. No, actually, last year when we had this event, we had folks from Yuma drive up for the event, and they did.
If you pick up poop in the yard, because they've got those new businesses that do that. I invented that, by the way.
Porn stars.
That's right, porn stars.
Did we get a lot of
Anything
those?
that starts with a P, you're more than welcome.
David said that. He's so reserved sitting over there, and then
know.
every once in a while you'll get a little word out of his mouth like porn stars, and then that's it. And it's like you look over and he's not saying anything.
That's right.
He just looks over to Lisa like,
yeah. But that's January 24th. It starts at noon, ends at 4, and it's going to end with networking with the panel of experts, which is kind of cool. Tons of food, $25. You can, I think there's a flyer on Joe's Facebook and website, or you can contact me directly for that information. But wonderful event. Now we have about 3 minutes here. Why don't we start with you, David?
I got one more thing
Go
to
ahead,
add.
throw it out.
You were talking about teaching the classes. One of the things that Nova does, and this is amazing, is I don't know how many loan officers that we have that actually teach classes, but there's a lot.
Right.
And Nova.
And they do have to get certified, though.
Yeah,
Not
everyone
just
gets.
anybody.
Yeah, you can't just be anybody. You got to get certified. You got to get approved by the state. And we teach the classes, and they are continuing ed classes for realtors.
Right.
And they are absolutely free of
Right.
charge.
Right.
Awesome.
And lately, what we've been doing is giving the classes at Total Wine.
Oh, nice.
And they do a little wine tasting after the
Love
class.
that.
And
After the class.
yeah, how good is that, right?
Right,
You get a little
right,
free education and some free wine. And,
Right.
To help you.
if you got continuing ed coming up, please hit us up. We will hook you up with your classes for free.
Excellent. Now we just have a couple minutes here. David, why don't you throw out your contact information one more time? We'll just kind of go right around the circle here. And
Teamcreed.com. It's CREED. 602-549-9559. And one more thing out to my beautiful wife here is she does all the marketing. She does all the initial contact with people.
Right.
And
she is awesome.
So hit her up.
If you want to throw out your phone number for all the guys that are hoping you may get divorced soon,
There you
what's
go.
your cell phone?
I don't even know my number. Here's my cell, 480-516-3300.
Excellent.
And don't forget us on Facebook either.
Facebook, like them on Facebook.
and we're not
then
going to forget you really
we have
quick here.
another
I just
call
want to
here.
throw in
Yep.
Tilly from Avondale would like to know, will any of you be at the Paradise Bakery real estate event in March? And said, great show.
Aw, thanks.
I mean, that's all
email us.
that
I don't
Tilly
know.
said.
Is
She
that
said-
a WCR event, perhaps? I don't know.
don't
So,
know.
Tilly, call back or send us an email. Let
She
us know
hung
what
up
that is.
right as I was asking that.
But Tilly, thanks for listening. Now, Angela, let's
Yes.
get your contact information there. young
Angela
lady.
Monti, 480-695-9128 with Toma Partners Real Estate.
AKA Suzanne Summers with
AKA
there
Suzanne
you go.
Summers.
Jersey girl.
Yes.
That's a Jersey girl.
Absolutely.
Oh, and by the
Can I-
way, yeah, you can definitely say something. Fort Huachuca is in Sierra Vista, somebody said.
Sierra Vista, right, which is right by Rio Rico. I ride my motorcycle down there occasionally, so I couldn't remember whereabouts it was at. So, again, thank you for listening.
Hey, Tom,
Angela didn't finish.
thanks for having us.
Oh,
on.
you're
We
welcome.
Really appreciate
No,
it.
Thank
it's
you.
certainly
Thank you.
our pleasure and our honor to have you guys out here, and you guys are wonderful. I know you use Angela and First American Title, so thank you for that. It is quite a bit of a drive out here, so any guests that do make it out here, we certainly
It's worth it.
cherish you
Take the
guys.
drive.
Thank
If you're
you.
invited, take the drive.
There you
It
go.
was
Thank
worth
you.
it to see the animals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not you
Great.
two. Not you
Yeah.
two. By
It's
the
the other
way.
It's
animals.
equivalent to
That's right.
equivalent to like getting a gold ticket in a Willy Wonka bar if you get invited to come out here. It's equivalent.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. This has been Tom Diller in the Know with Tom Diller, KQCK live in beautiful Santan Valley. Next week, next Tuesday, we'll be back with special guests that I can't remember right now, so we're just going to say special guests.
We didn't let Angela finish. She had something
did
else.
finish. You have
She
something
did.
else to say, Angela?
I was going to say hi to my Jersey
hi
friends
to
and family
Jersey
and hope
connection.
you're safe and well.
Yeah.
I'll be there
They're-
next month.
Well, they're
Isn't
probably
that-
tanning
isn't
right
that
now
sweet?
or doing laundry. Tanning or doing laundry. right
She's
now,
so
pretty
nice,
much.
huh?
She's just such a sweetheart.
I said that like she wasn't even here.
Just kind of want to hug her and
you.
stuff. So
God.
turn the camera off so we can start hugging on her and stuff. But anyways,
That's why you can't remember.
thank
next
you
week's
for
guest star.
listening. We'll, God bless, and we'll talk to you later. And thank you. And we'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right, you're out. You listen to KQCK radio station. This is In the Know with Tom Diller, and we're out.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today on In the Know with Tom Diller. We will always continue to strive to bring you the best in guests and to keep you informed on every facet of Arizona's volatile real estate market.